Hi folks, welcome. We're going to look through Chris Foss's collection here. It's called Hardware, the Definitive SF works of Chris Foss. And it is about as comprehensive a collection of his art as you can imagine. The first few pages are verbiage. So the first section is some notes by Ryan Hughes, who's collated the collection. And then there's a section after The Naked Lady by Imogen Foss, who I imagine was his wife, or is his wife, I'm not sure. But that's 3 or 4 pages, and that's kind of autobiographical, covers his kind of career and what he enjoyed doing. And then there's a section, because Chris Foss worked on Jodorowsky's Dune movie that never happened, there's a couple of testimonials from that stage in his career. And there's some fantastic pictures that follow. So that trike on the bottom left was meant to be Duke Leto's car. And the funky looking spaceship on the right with the twin, I don't know what they are, tubes, is a Guild tug, also from the same movie. And obviously they were never used because it never happened. There's some sketches. And now we're on, I think we're on Alien now. He worked on the preliminary work for Alien. I'm not sure if any of his art was ever used, but he worked up some concepts and so on at the request of the director who was on the movie before Ridley Scott took over. We're starting to see a few more spaceships now, for which he was better known. Spaceships and giant robots. And he did some covers for some sort of, war books and thrillers as well. There's Jeffrey Jenkins I recognise there with the biplane. And he was a big fan of all forms of transport, was Chris Foss, when he was a boy. That beached ship on the right is from J.G. Ballard's The Drought. Submarines for a bit. Helicopters and planes, again from thrillers for the most part, as far as I can tell. Jeffrey Jenkins again, Clive Cussler, that type of thing. Now those are all from James Blish's Cities in Flight. The top right is from A Clash of Symbols, the bottom right is from They Shall Have Stars, and so on. That's an Asimov cover, The Gods Themselves, I think, yeah. Paul Anderson. It's another James Blish. We've got a Thomas Dish on the right hand side, bottom there. And that's from a Keith Roberts book, The Grain King, or Grain Kings. Jack Williamson. Iconic Isaac Asimov cover from, I think it's, The Robots of Dawn. I've had that Granada, it probably was, copy since the 80s when I bought it for me by myself. A couple more Asimovs. Naked Sun on the right, Robots and Empire on the left. Foss was pretty prolific, as you can tell, there's loads, but at his peak he was churning out 3 of these a week, and he would take them up to the publishers on a Friday afternoon just as they were about to disappear off to the pub. And in the pub, over a few beers, he would get his commission for the next week, and it would usually go along the lines of, Chris, last time was blue, we'd like you to do a green one this time. And that would be about as much artistic direction as he would get, and so he was left to his own devices. And the image that resulted may or may not have borne any relation to the book contained within, but it didn't seem to matter. I don't know what that huge thing is. It's called Cathedral Battleship, but I don't know what it's from. I don't think it's from a book. I think it's related to a game or something, but it's pretty cool. Some Edmund Coopers. Another Blish, Mission to the Heart Stars on the right. And that, I think, is off the first Perry Rodan book. Enterprise Stardust, was it? And that, well, that is iconic. That is off the Panther 1970s Foundation trilogy by Asimov, of course. And that one picture was spread across the 3 books and forms a triptych when you lay them out in the right order. And it looks like that in one hit, and it's rather beautiful. There's a Harlan Ellison there on the top right, Time of the Eye. I do like that one on the right. That's from Chris Boyce's Catch World. That's a Gordon R. Dixon on the right, Ancient My Enemy. They're just so bright and kind of hyper detailed as well. I think that was what was radically different about his work compared to others. It's much imitated since, but he was the first. Trio of Ben Bovers there. That's a rather beautiful Joe Haldeman Mine Bridge on the right. That fella there looks like the Hodorowski Dune Guild tug. It's obviously repurposed the design. That one is iconic as well. That's off Space Hounds of IPC. Another classic Asimov there on the left. Earth is Room Enough. Oh, that's a classic from the Voyage of the Space Beagle, 1973, Panther. And what is going on with that bendy spaceship? It's from The Stars Like Dust, another Asimov. Some more classic Asimovs from the early Asimov short story collections. I've had those since I was about 11. Yet another Asimov, The Martian Way. Another short story collection. E. Doc Smith. That is a Harry Harrison, In Our Hands the Stars. Looking gorgeous. Look at the sky on that. That's fantastic. Earth is Room Enough. Yet another Asimov. The Stars Like Dust. We're over 200 pages now. It's a pretty comprehensive collection, as I say, and it's as you can see, it's jam-packed full of just beautiful colour, illustrations, some of which they've scanned from the originals. They've gone and found the originals that people have bought over the years, and some of them have been from the publisher's reproduction copy, and some from Chris Foss's personal collection, from all over the place. But they've been quite diligent about finding them in really good condition, and they do look fantastic. As a science fiction fan, who wouldn't want a book with a Chris Foss cover on it? It almost doesn't matter what the book is, honestly. And that is on the cover of this very book, and it's just called A Turner Spaceship. I wonder if he was trying to replicate some of Turner's famous sea ship pictures, Fighting Temeraire or whatever it was called. The top of the right-hand page are both J.G. Ballard covers. The left-hand side is Crash, thoroughly objectionable book, and the one on the top right is High Rise. And then at the bottom there, that is an Edmund Cooper cover for Kronk. And then we've got a Robot Hitler, which of course is on a Philip K. Dick book, We Can Build You. There's one of my favourite pictures in the book, the smaller dinosaurs ripping the meat off the carcass of a bigger one, with a spaceship in the background, which you don't notice at first. You're focusing on the gory mess that the dinosaurs are making, and then there's a friggin' spaceship. And that is, it was unused. It was meant to be used for Diary of a Space Person, but was not used, and so it's just kind of languished in his collection for all this time. Who doesn't love a science fiction dinosaur? That's pretty cool. It's called Lost Worlds. And that image at the top there of the meteorite striking Mercury apparently was for the National Geographic magazine, where he worked for a little while in the late 70s, early 80s. And that is everything. What a fantastic book. As usual, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now.